There are a series of people who do things that you would not think needed to be professionals for.
Okay.
Starting with professional mourners.
I think I've heard about this one.
What do you know about this?
They show up at funerals.
You know about this, Jenna?
Oh yeah, I would absolutely do this. Yeah.
You have to be sad for people that you don't know, so that the people who do know that person feel like that person knew somebody.
I cry at commercials. Oh, I can do that, no problem.
So you, I mean, have you been tempted to crash a funeral?
Well, I kind of accidentally have before, and then didn't want to leave. I was like, well, I'll just stand in the back and.
I remember this story.
Be respectful,
right?
What? I don't know if I've ever told you this story.
Well, I remember it.
Well, let's hear it.
Maybe
Measure Man remembers everything.
There's something familiar about it. I agree, but okay, tell us the story.
You ever just walk around somewhere and you're
funeral town,
and then you realize it's a funeral and you're like, I kind of one of those people that I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on in there, and I'll just pop my head in, and then
like a church or a funeral home or a cemetery.
It was a cemetery. Yeah. So I knew what was going on, but I was curious and
right.
So
blending right in. Just weeping like a baby.
Yeah. I would totally get paid
do?
for it. I've been to enough funerals.
Yeah. Apparently it's pretty popular in China. The idea being to make a funeral feel more full and also to help people grieve by sort of like beginning to cry.
Right. It's like the first person to start applauding.
They also may even perform karaoke and dance routines.
What?
Yeah. Again, that's
just to warm up the crowd.
That's something that happens at Chinese funerals, I guess.
So it's a fake. They're fake wailing. They're probably able to tap into something and be very convincing, but it's conjured.
But who knows that they're a professional mourner? Because if
well, I think that it's just a part of it.
But like if you died and we were having your funeral and there was
gonna
somebody there who I did not know, who was really getting into, who is this asshole?
But if you were in China, you would know. It's just part of it.
Oh, you're saying
it's a helpful service.
You're saying that, oh yeah, that's the professional mourner, that's the PM.
Right, yeah.
He's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
pretty convincing.
Can I get your card? The best ones rise to the top. They charge a little bit more.
As easily as I cry at commercials.
No whimpering.
I don't think I would be good at this because it's too real and too visceral.
No snorting.
I tend to cry at things that I feel separated from, which I guess not knowing a person who died.
Yeah, you and Jenna. Y'all can hang out.
But you know what would get me?
At funerals.
A loved one telling a good story about them.
Mm-hmm.
I could cry. Boy, I'll cry in that situation. I don't have to know anything about this person. Maybe I could do this, but I'm so big. You know, it's a scene. Who's a tall guy?
Dressing all black. I think you're a Grim Reaper.
He's going to get me next.
Yeah, don't wear a hood, homie.
I don't know if I could do it.
Don't bring your Sith.
The salary is based on the events, so you can make up to $500 per event. It's not a bad day.
Karaoke.
I've heard of this one before as well. A professional bridesmaid. This is someone hired to be in a wedding party.
That feels a little more awkward, but maybe, is this another culture?
No. The article that this comes from was talking about someone who's doing this in America, and it kind of sounds like a glorified wedding planner for things that are a little bit more tertiary. It's like, you need your bridesmaid to like tell you what she thinks about your dress, etc., and that kind of thing. That seemed to be the way that it was contextualized in this particular article.
Okay.
It's like maybe you don't have a friend that you trust, you know, and so you get somebody who's like, why don't you just kind of be here to like hold down the fort and just, you know, you've got some sense and my friends don't, kind of thing. But the sad situation would be
more of a consultant.
You just don't have enough friends to fill out a wedding party. Which I've been to weddings like that.
Well, you want the number of groomsmen to match the number of bridesmaids.
And sometimes that doesn't happen. I've been to a wedding where there was 1 groomsman and like 6 bridesmaids. Because they were like, we're not gonna not have like.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You felt bad for the groom?
Yeah. He needed some professional.
I could have loaned out a few. I had way too many. I had 19 groomsmen and 7 ushers and.
We both did the same thing.
All my friends.
With a bunch of groomsmen and then ushers with the friends that couldn't fit on stage.
We had a big time.
Yeah, we definitely didn't need any professionals in that situation. I'm not like this is not appealing to me at all.
I don't really like
the whole
weddings.
All the aspects, the pageantry and all the.
I mean, I'd rather go to a wedding
than
a funeral. Don't get me wrong.
Just the planning aspect when it comes to parties in general. Like I said, I'll cook for you, and I will put my heart and soul into that, and I really think about that aspect of it. I also like organizing like a game for a group of people, but I don't know when it moves into like you've got to walk this way at this time, according to at this where this song is playing, and this is like the order of things that happen. Again,
so you're not going to renew your vows. Christy told me this morning she had a dream that you and Jesse renewed your vows. It's like a big wedding.
Jesse and I had a conversation about this recently.
You considering it?
No, I think I was like, I think I said, I just don't think I would ever do that. I don't think I would ever have a vow renewal.
It's in Wheel of Fortune, man. It's a vowel, not a vowel.
Vowel.
Vowel renewal?
Vowel. And
vowel renewal.
A vowel. And I said, I add L's to words that don't have them and leave them out of words that do have them. That's one of my things.
Well, I pronounce the H's in words because they're in them.
Mm-hmm. I told her that I thought that a vow renewal was a sign that things were not going well.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
And she was like, no, it's just like you want to have a party and have friends and stuff. Mm-mm. But to me, it's like, I feel like when somebody has a vow renewal, it's like, he cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like
or
that,
something.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that's what always happens, but it feels like that's what happens.
They're trying to turn a big corner.
They've been going to counseling and they decided to stick it out.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
and that's
just have a party.
That's it. Maybe it's appropriate for that.
Maybe I don't understand. I know I don't understand.
I think those are good reasons to have a vow renewal when it's like, so I'm not dogging those reasons. It's just that's why I'm not in a position where I want to renew my vowels, you know? Because I'm not like, I'm not coming back from the bottom of the barrel. You know, I'm not trying to turn a big corner.
We have talked about how
it's kind of like having it's the difference between having an anniversary party. You know, it's like, 40th wedding anniversary, 50th wedding anniversary. If you turn it into a vow renewal, well, that something else is going on. That's what I think.
A party that is about a couple would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But when it gets into
ceremony,
the specific renewal part, I don't know. I guess people could be like, hey, listen.
Renewal means it got old.
I want to let you know. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't
renew
like
it.
Like a warranty on something unless it runs out.
Right.
You know? You don't like, I'm getting my so-and-so refinished. Why? Why? Because it was dull?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was dull and bland. I was over it. I was thinking about throwing it away. And then we decided to refinish it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have just crapped all over anyone who's planning a renewal.
It's like the difference between having a birthday party. Hey, come to my 40th birthday party. Hey, come to my 40th rebirth ceremony. That would be weird. You show up at somebody's 40th birthday party and they like crawl out of a womb.
No.
You know, like it's paper mache.
It's not slimy.
No, it's slimy.
Dry. Well, you don't want to wet paper mache.
Well, it's just for the moment.
Yeah, but then it's like ripping. You don't want that. It comes out with some like
no. I think that makes it more pliable.
Like you don't want that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's good reasons for vow renewals. I just want to throw out.
Okay, Jenna.
All right, I'm going to throw out 2 reasons that are good reasons for vow renewals. 1, they didn't get the wedding that they wanted for whatever reason.
Yeah, okay, good answer.
Okay.
Good answer.
2, I read a really great book a few years back called Love Lives Here, and it's a story of a married couple, and one of the partners transitioned to a woman. So they renewed their vows.
Okay, that makes sense.
With her as her true self.
That's a big corner.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a change.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. Those scenarios make sense.